welcome. I'm Michelle, doing a post out here. It's gorgeous, so the weather brings me out. I'm a kind of winter shy type person. Don't really like the cold. I know, and I'm from Chicago, but I don't. So I wanted to do a post today on Women's Month, the month of March. I'm loving it. I'm a little biased. I guess you probably couldn't guess why, but all over the country, what we're doing now this month is empowering each other. We're telling these great stories and about women we know or figures that we see, whether it's political figures or religious figures, or humanitarian or teachers, or whatever woman that you've found that's been instrumental in something standing out for her. I think the great thing about a woman is we come in so many different sizes and shapes and skin tones. We're blonde and we're brunette and we're redheads, and we can rock a mohawk that I just trying something new here. Don't judge too hard. We can have curls down our back. We can rock our afros. We can put up our twists and our braids and our dreads, and we can let it flow if we want. We can silken it. We can straighten it. And we can cut it all off. It's wonderful being a woman. Most of us, the thing is, I want to talk about a little about empowering each other. I know we put these figures up on, pedestals, and we talk about them because we see them in the light, in the news, and the, TV, camera, whatever, reality show, whatever float your boat. But sometimes when it comes to one-on-one, we need to make a better effort of supporting each other. You really can't tell what someone's going through just by thinking you can tell what they're going through. I saw something recently, and it disturbed me a little bit, but unfortunately that's the society we're living in now. A woman had parked in a parking space labeled for disabled, and people are so, tunnel vision sometimes. You think of a disability as just a physical disability. So if you don't see someone come out in a wheelchair or a cane, then they must not be disabled. And somebody wrote a really nasty note on the car and said some nasty things, to the woman. And it was, it's just a little disheartening. So as, a people, and especially as a woman, we need to start empowering each other. We need to empower each other in the schools, at the job, on the streets, in the churches, your neighbors, hospitals, whatever. We just need to empower each other. There is enough room, there's enough greatness out there for all of us to be great at whatever we choose our minds to do. So we don't have to beat each other up or, step on someone else to get where you're going. That's the good thing. And, at the same token, I do, this is not, like I said, this is a woman empowerment month, Women's Month. So I don't want to dredge too far on that. But as a whole, I know some great women, and I've done a segment like this before because, I'm just in awe at what people can do given the situations they've been put in. We have grandmothers raising their grandchildren, at an age where they thought they probably would be kind of laxed, and, they put their work in. We have community leaders just out there in the trenches. And, while a lot of us sit and talk about it, we got a lot of people doing about it. Shout out to my girl Nashambi. That's just, she's doing it. She's doing big things, and she's doing a lot of things, and she doesn't even want credit for it. It's just she does it, and I think she does it from the heart, and and that's rare these days. We have women dealing with situations like health issues. And they're making it through. We have terminal diagnosis and, the cancers and just the horrible diseases that inflict us. And, they're pushing through. They're still taking care of families. They're still going to work. They're still, being a part of that community. We have women that work in after school, programs, and they're not giving up on the children, and a lot of people have given up on already. And they're out there putting in their time and putting in their work. We have women that are full of faith, and they're walking in that path, and that is a difficult path to walk in when you're trying to be an example, and everything you're doing is kind of like under a microscope, and you're still, because of your faith and your dedication, you're doing it. Shout out to my girl Katina Pace, just walking a great path, and very proud of you there. We have, and like I said, I'm biased again, but the younger generation, like my daughter, she's bad with that catering, y'all. And I don't mean the bad. I mean the good bad for, the people that I just totally lost when I said that. But, she's doing her thing. She had a thing yesterday and catered a bridal shower, I believe it was. And she's like, I told her she's going to be the guru of the wedding in a minute, because is expected mothers and newlyweds seem to love her for some reason, or people getting married seem to love her food, and she's doing it. She's trying as hard, but she's doing it. Shout out to the single moms. I was one of them. Not that that's a woohoo, let's strive to be a single mother. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying you play the cards you're dealt. And shout out to those mothers who are single and they're still making it and still nurturing their children. They're still, still trying, and they're still waking up in the morning with that determination to make sure these children are safe and healthy. So definitely shout out to that. Shout out to our forces, the women on our forces, the women on our military that's serving our country, that's, on the front lines, putting their lives in jeopardy so we can have some of these liberties and freedoms that we do have. You definitely have my shout out there. And just in general, it's probably one of the hardest jobs. And not because I am a woman. It's just, if I was outside looking in, we're nurturers, we're teachers, we're, and I don't mean in the theoretical sense. I mean, like, I do mean in a theoretical sense, sorry, not the lyrical sense. When children are sick, we have to do all of it. We have to be guidance counselors. We have to be, medical EMTs. We have to do a lot. And we still have to go out there and play this, play with the big boys and do everything else that everybody else does. So, and sometimes we're so nurturing that we lose sight that we need to be nurtured too. So I do want to give a shout out to the women that's doing that. And at the same time, I put something on one of my posts today about, women staying with a man that will provide for her and her children, but won't provide for his own, So at the same time, as a woman, we are looked upon. We are those community leaders, although we're not standing on a platform or, have a microphone. We are looked at. Our children are looking at us. The community is looking at us. So when we allow certain things to happen in our lives and allow people to do certain things, and that is, we have a platform. We need to speak up about that. People only get away with what you allow them to get away with. So here's my philosophy about that. And I know it's hard sometimes, especially being a single woman, and you find someone that's willing to come in and help you out and help with the children. You know, sometimes that's very difficult to turn that away. But sometimes we have to. Make sure they're taking care of their own children first. And I'm not saying make a grown man or a grown woman do what they're supposed to do. It's just that that's probably not somebody you'll, in the long run, want in your life if they've turned their back on their own family, turned their back to their own family. Make people accountable. You know, don't settle. Don't settle. Don't sacrifice so much of yourself to be something someone else wants you to be, or to be with someone. Just don't settle. And last but not least, you know, empower each other. Just a kind word goes a long way. Sometimes just an ear. That's all they want. Somebody wants an ear sometimes. And when you give them an ear, don't abuse that privilege. Don't, you know, a lot of times as women, we don't open up because we don't feel we can trust people to keep sensitive information sensitive. So if someone does come to you with a situation that's, you know, difficult or sensitive, keep in mind that if you chose to share something like that with somebody, you'd want them to keep it sensitive and confidential too. So, but all in all, being a woman, you know, being a woman rocks. So I'm gonna get off for now. It's a nice day out here. Just like I said, just want to come out and do a little something, and so I will see you later. Once again, subscribe. Realistic Life Management by Michelle on YouTube, and talk to you guys later. Bye bye.